They buried it, every document, every witness, every name. Government signed agreements in secret. Records were sealed for decades, and still the truth found its way out. It started with a single photograph discovered in a locked government archive. The image showed faces no one was supposed to remember. People who, according to official history, never existed. What happened to them is one of the darkest chapters ever hidden from the public. And the closer investigators got to the truth, the more doors slammed shut. What you are about to hear will change how you see history forever. It was the early 1950s. The world was still healing from war. Governments were desperate to project power, to appear in control. Behind closed doors, a secret program was quietly approved. No public announcement, no vote, no debate, just signatures on paper that would never see daylight. The program had one goal: control people without them knowing it. Test limits, push boundaries, ignore consequences. The men who signed those orders believed they would never be caught. They were almost right. The people chosen were ordinary. That was the point. Farmers, factory workers, young soldiers, patients in hospitals. People who trusted the systems that were supposed to protect them. They were never told what was happening to them. Many thought they were receiving normal treatment. Others were simply taken with no explanation at all. Families reported disappearances to local authorities. Those reports quietly vanished too. The machinery of erasure was running perfectly. What happened inside those facilities defies description. Subjects were exposed to things no human being should ever experience. Medical procedures conducted without consent, without mercy. Scientists kept meticulous notes, careful records. They measured suffering like a laboratory result. Cold, calculated, detached from any moral compass. Some subjects survived, many did not. Those who lived were sworn to silence under threat. The ones who spoke anyway were silenced by other means. By the late 1960s, whispers had started spreading. A junior official stumbled onto a filing cabinet with no label. Inside were hundreds of folders marked with a single red stripe. He made copies before anyone noticed he had found them. Within days, the originals were destroyed, the cabinet removed. The official was quietly transferred to a remote post. He kept his copies hidden for almost 20 years. He told his daughter about them the night before he died. She would eventually become the person who broke this case open. It took a small team of journalists years to piece it together. Every source they found had been warned to stay silent. Some refused to speak on record. Others had already disappeared. Cross-referencing old census records with hospital logs took months. The names matched. Dates matched. The pattern was undeniable. But without the original documents, it was still just a theory. Then the daughter came forward, with the copies. The world was about to see what history had tried to bury. When the story finally published, the reaction was immediate. Government spokesmen called it fabricated, a conspiracy theory. 3 separate officials denied the program ever existed. Then a former participant stepped forward on live television. An elderly man in his 80s. Calm, certain, unafraid. He named names. He described procedures. He showed his own scars. The denial collapsed within 48 hours. Emergency hearings were called in Parliament. That same week, the world finally had proof of what had been hidden for decades. In the end, only a handful of officials faced any consequences. The architects of the program were long dead, beyond reach. Survivors received small settlements with strict non-disclosure clauses. The true number of victims was never officially confirmed. Historians believe the real figure is far higher than admitted. Some files remain sealed to this day under national security laws. The story you just heard is not fiction. It is documented history. History that powerful people worked very hard to erase. And the only reason you know it now is because someone refused to stay quiet.